What up, y'all? It's your boy, the Granddad Willie, and we are here with another fine episode of the Dead End Gaming Podcast, episode 158, the last episode of 2021. It's been a long, big year for gaming. A lot of things going on. Big year for us too. You know, we've been holding it down, doing our thing, and we here. We are at the final episode of the year, and as you can see, we are missing an individual. It's just three of us, but I'm here with 1/3 of my hosts. Bloodbath.
Kevin this bitch.
Hey. And of course, Curls Around the World. The Hoodie Bandit.
What up, though, y'all?
Giving out hoodies. Taking hoodies, giving numbers.
And mostly the taking hoodies part. But what up, though, y'all? AKA Sweetest Spot, AKA the Hoodie Bandit, AKA Boogie in Yo Hoodie, AKA Yo that Hoodie Tight, son. Now run that shit, bitch, know what I mean?
Yes. And it's time.
On the winter solstice, it's the perfect day to be stealing hoodies, y'all.
See, watch out, y'all. I'm wearing one, but me and Kev both got one, but ours is secure. You know, secure by the fire. And as you can see, the good brother, BZ430, is not here. He is actually out in Detroit spending his holiday with family. So make sure y'all show love to BZ, you know, put him in some well wishes and have him enjoy his holiday. And he will be back when we come back after this. But yeah, shout out to BZ out there. I hope you're doing well out there, brother. We're going to hold it down for you. And this show is separated into three parts. First, we're going to talk about the games we played, and then news and topics, and then we're going to end it with one gotta go and questions from y'all. And that's pretty much it. So we're going to kick it off with the games we played. So, Tyler.
Real quick. What up? If somebody hear echo, is it just me? Is something crazy?
Is it? We hearing an echo? Y'all hearing an echo? I hear an echo.
I don't, but I definitely have my stream muted.
Oh, hold on.
Because I have the stream paused
and
mute.
I apologize, everybody. I did have the stream up in a small window. It's this dude. I had it up in a separate window, but we are good now. Is everybody good?
If you had that trip kick though, like you would have been able to have the stream open.
If I had my T-Mobile trip kick, Tyler, you're right. I'd be able to see all the screens at the same time.
Right, it'd be open on a different screen. Exactly.
T-Mobile, get on it. T-Mobile, come on. You gonna make a Billy? But okay, so yeah, no echo, we good. So now, as I was saying, Tyler, what have you been playing?
Oh my God, y'all. So I played Apex for the first time in weeks. It had been a fucking minute, and it's crazy because literally within like minutes, I could feel the addiction creeping back up. It was wild that it had been that long, but I played it like the last couple of nights. I played it, and still getting used to Storm Point. I don't know where shit is on that map. I just be like, I be always passing Jumpmaster. I'm like, I have no idea where to go. I'm gonna just follow y'all. I did get a dub last night, which is a good thing because, like I said, I haven't played in weeks. I was a little rusty, but also that shit's like riding a bike, so I wasn't doing too bad. I was doing better than I thought I was going to because I thought it was going to take me a minute to sort of get my rhythm back and like get the recoil of the guns back down, but I actually wasn't doing too bad. So yes, I finally got back to Apex. And also, can we just take a moment to talk about Revenant skin with the beard? Like, when did they made Revenant a nigga, y'all? Like, y'all seen that shit?
Look, yeah, but why can't he have a beard? Like, come on now. Like, maybe
I fuck with it. It's just like, I know they did not put a beard on my man Revenant. Like, for real.
Y'all been trying to look like, all rugged, even more gangster than he already is.
You got to pull up on somebody with open his sidekick and be like, what's up?
Right,
Open his flip phone to be like, hey, let me get your number at the mall. Anyways, y'all, those of y'all that weren't here for a pre-show are like, what the fuck are they talking about?
See, that's why you got to be here for them pre-shows. See, you got to get the context.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. Yeah. It was definitely fun to get back on my Apex shit. And that's pretty much it. I mean, as I always say, I'll pop on Animal Crossing when I'm in Zoom meetings. So I still be doing that, like, every other day or every couple of days or so. And yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to playing some Deathloop during the Christmas holiday. That is really high on my list of things to do.
All right, Kev.
What do you think of the car, the gun, the new gun, not the vehicle?
I only used it a little bit because I just kind of stuck with the shit that I always use. I tried it and it was cool, but it was one of those things where I didn't really seek it out, and if I saw one of the things that I'd prefer to use, then I would drop it. So I only had it for a little while, and I think I only used it in one firefight. But I really do want to try it at some point. I just haven't done it yet.
If you want later, I got time. We gonna hit up that trade mode.
Let's go. Well, I mean, as I mentioned earlier, I got about 4 more hours of work ahead of me. So if you up at Tyler hours,
don't even worry about it.
wow. See,
Yeah, that's anything.
y'all fake.
You the only one up at 3:45 in the morning trying to play Apex. What you talking about?
Y'all fake. If y'all are fake, just say that.
She'll send you a whole invite as the sun coming up.
Right? The roosters up here.
All I know is when I next tell chirp y'all at 2:30 in the morning, like, let's play Apex, y'all better answer the call.
She, where you at?
Where you at? Nigga, my dream. Where you at?
Right?
Where bro supposed to be at? What's up, Jay Burritos?
What up, Jay Burrito? All right, Kev, what you been playing?
My turn? All right, so finally finished Uncharted 1. I've been working on that one for a minute. I finished it. Really enjoyed it.
All right.
I started Uncharted 2. I'm on like the second mission, so like I'm not very far in it at all. But like I said, I'm trying to run through the Uncharted games. I know they got the movie coming out, and I wanted to make sure I'm caught up.
Yeah.
But yeah, Uncharted 1, great game. I have nothing bad to say about it. It still holds up, even though it's like kind of an older game. And like I know everything's based off of it, so I didn't expect it to blow me away, but it was still pretty fun. I played some Saints Row the Third with my cousin. We've been playing story mode on that one, and played some 2K per usual. You already know that's gonna happen. 2K got me right now. What else I did? I played a little bit of Apex the other day. I was playing a train mode with my boy Killamar and Swino. He's playing a train mode, doing what we do over there, getting dubs. And I think that's all I played. I don't remember playing nothing else. I think that's it, y'all. That's all I played. That I can remember.
All right.
I'm a liar. I played a little bit of KO City. That was it.
Okay. I've been playing Deathloop, but I ain't gonna say much because I know Tyler used to let me do. But I've been playing some Deathloop. Getting more into the game. There's more things about the game that I'm still kind of getting used to, as far as like how to strategize and stuff like that, the way to operate through the game. But I do like the weaponry and the upgrade and the skill tree stuff. That's really, really dope. I'm really into that. So I played some of that. I started the Halo Infinite campaign, and honestly, I'm really enjoying it. It's really good. I'm not it. Look, Kev, I know, but I surprised myself too. But look, I'm liking it. I don't think I'm gonna finish it before the year's out, because I'm doing all like the little side missions and everything like that. You might as well go and throw yourself in that fireplace, fam. Because I'm still talking. I'm gonna keep on talking. But nah, real talk. Like, as somebody who was, like I said, because I never owned the Xbox, so like I never was like big into the Halo thing. And knowing this ain't gonna cause me to go back and play all the other Halos, don't get all giddy. I'm just saying, I just said fuck it. It's on my Xbox. I downloaded it. Let me give it a shot, and I'm actually enjoying it. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead keep going with that campaign. And also played a little bit more Returnal. Game still hard as fuck. Still cannot beat that other boss, but I'm gonna keep trying. Play a little bit of 2K. I played a tiny bit of KO City, and it was because when you said, "Are we gonna practice?" and then I said I'd get to it later, but then it was late. And then when you play a game, and then you like, do I really want to play, or do I want to like not play? I turned it on, and I played one round, and I was like, I don't feel like playing right now, and I shut the shit off. So that's why I hit y'all up about it. But we do need to practice, because we do need to get ready. But yeah, I played a little bit of that. I also played some. What else did I play? I played something else too. It's escaping my mind, and it's gonna make me upset.
Didn't you say you had a Scrabble tournament coming up or something like that?
A Scrabble tournament?
Yeah.
Nigga, who said that?
I thought you said that.
Nigga, why would I go to a Scrabble tournament? Nigga, where would they even have it? No. First of all, I've never said Scrabble was not lit. Scrabble is a very great game. It is amazing. However, for what possible reason would I, during this point in time of the society we live in, need to go to a Scrabble tournament?
You tell me, nigga.
And not only go, but broadcast it to our community. Like,
he said the only times he moves has drugs in them, Kev.
But wow, look, I'm not acknowledging this. We're gonna keep it moving. But yeah, I think I played something else, but I can't remember. Apex. I did play a little Apex. Yes, I played a little bit of Apex, and that's it. Yeah, that's it.
So you're saying you don't got a Scrabble tournament coming up?
I do not have a Scrabble tournament coming up, but I do have Scrabble in my house, and maybe I should attend whatever Scrabble. I don't even know where to find a Scrabble tournament, but you know.
I don't know. I could have swore you said you was going to a tournament called Triple Word Score. Like I could have sworn you said something like that.
Never just said. I don't know what you hearing over there, but it ain't what's said over here. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Whatever.
All right. I mean, unless you with the Scrabble Commission and you upset about it.
Not with the Scrabble Commission. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the Scrabble Board of Trustees. Like I'm not.
I'm just saying. Like if I got somewhere to be, you know what I mean?
Scrabble do they have online Scrabble? Because I don't know.
I don't know. With friends, I used to play that with my with people all the time.
Now, Scrabble is dope. But did y'all used to play Upwards? Remember Upwards? You ever play that?
No, I ain't played.
I didn't hear like Scrabble,
bruh. So okay, so you got Scrabble, but Upwards is like it's like Scrabble, but you can instead of like being like limited to just the blocks, you could actually stack a letter on top of a letter. And these little they're set, so you can stack letters on top of letters, and you can double up on their words. So let's say like it says like fish, you can like stack a D on top of the fish and make a dish, and then you get double points. It's crazy. It's a crazy game. Yeah. It's played all the time too. That's you know. So
I haven't heard that, but it sounds fun.
Yeah, you know.
That's how you first started learning how to make stats, Granddad?
Hey, look, stop. What are you talking about? Stacks. I got Lay's stacks in the kitchen. They're delicious. You want? I could share if you like. If you want some Lay's stacks. You know,
Lay's stacks.
You know, they look. You know,
but expensive Pringles.
Hey, look. Actually, they're cheaper than Pringles. That's why.
Really?
Depending on where you go.
That's what I'm saying. I seen maybe more.
So speaking of stacks, Ubisoft is having stacks of problems right now. Am I right?
I like what you did there. Tell us about it, Tyler. What are these stacks of problems that Ubisoft? Oh my god,
it's so fucking meaty. Well, first of all, these stupid ass NFTs that they just tried to peddle. First of all, let me just say for the record that if I never heard the initials NFT in my whole life for the rest of my life, it would be like it could not be soon enough.
You don't want a non-fungible token?
I don't want to hear about that shit. I'm so sick of people talking about it. I'm over it.
But it's such a good investment.
Exactly.
Not for Ubisoft.
Not for Ubisoft at all. No. So apparently, like Tyler was saying, no one's buying these Ubisoft garbage. They said garbage in the title, so they even know it's trash. Garbage Ghost Recon NFTs. Yeah, so basically Ubisoft decided they wanted to get themselves into the NFT game using their Ghost Recon IP because you know Ghost Recon is a pretty popular game that they put out, and they decided to be Beezy and niggas like Beezy. Okay, but
exactly.
So they decided that they're gonna drop an NFT for Ghost Recon, thinking that, you know, because NFTs are big in other mediums like, you know, art and music and sometimes in movies or whatnot. So they said, why not try it with the video games? And they assumed that people who enjoy Ghost Recon are savvy NFT investors as well, which obviously couldn't be further from the truth because based on reports, they did not do well whatsoever at all. Complete disaster at launch is what was said. Yep. Complete disaster. I mean, are we surprised? Not really.
No.
And you know, like what more can be said about this? Like Ubisoft had to take the L. Like, and I hope this is a sign that, like, look, NFTs. I know they're a craze. Gamers don't want. I don't want, as a gamer, like I wouldn't want an NFT of anything game related because I don't see the reason or the point. And this is more evidence of that with other gamers. I don't know. Like, I'm all about investing. I like to invest into things, but NFTs are like one of the things that I still don't understand why it's so crazy. In some aspects, I understand it, but with gaming, I don't think it has a place. And Ubisoft had to, be the guinea pig for this one. Well, for Ghost Recon to be exact. And it'd be funny if Nintendo came out with NFTs and just blew up.
Probably work with somebody like Nintendo.
It will probably definitely work with someone like Nintendo or some. I think Ghost Recon is not the Ubisoft and Ghost Recon are not the place to start with something like this. I think if Nintendo did NFTs for like Mario, their big IPs like Mario and Link and Zelda, and did it really cool where they packaged it with a game or something like that, people would go for that. Because like those characters are just as like, you know, like if you think about how people go crazy over like movie or comic book NFTs or stuff like that, Nintendo could tap into that thing too because people love those characters almost on the same level depending on who they are. So I think it would work with that. But Ghost Recon, nah, buddy. We should ask Beezy if he bought one.
You probably would know how to buy an NFT. No point asking that.
You said.
It is weird though that like they really thought that the Ghost Recon was going to be the one that was going to get the people like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like if we want to launch a line of NFTs, what's going to be the one that's going to make the people excited? Ghost Recon. No, Ghost Recon ain't. Maybe it's just us who don't know how important that game is. But as far as I know, don't nobody be playing that shit. That's not what's going to get the people talking. That's not going to get people excited. Oh, I need these, bro. They got the Ghost Recon ones. I need that. Like I've never heard.
And they didn't even make it so people could just like simply buy them. It's like you have to play like one of them. You have to log like 600 hours in the game to get. Yeah. And so it's that? Like
who doing that other than Beezy?
I just think the target.
I think they did this just for Beezy.
Is like,
they did this for Beezy.
That's why Beezy's not here today because he didn't want to like talk about how he made these or he was like responsible for them.
See?
And
Beezy
then,
out there in Detroit looking at his NFT tank. He lost all his money. He had to go back to Detroit. He lost it all in NFTs, y'all.
Yeah, but what's weird is I have a homie who's actually really into NFTs. I don't know why he's so into it, but he was telling me about how like it's like he showed me some NFTs are legit. Like they make like trading card like battle games around the characters in the actual NFTs that people buy. And it's like I didn't realize that they were like gamifying certain NFTs. Was like, oh yeah, bro, I got this NFT. It's like a card, and it's like the overall game was like a Yu-Gi-Oh type game, and like your NFTs are the cards you use in the game. And I was like, who's doing all that? Anybody got time for that? But it's like these NFT people. Certain communities take that shit very seriously. I'm not one of those people. I'm not in those communities. I don't care enough. But bro. If you like Ghost Recon enough that you need to be buying NFTs for it, you already got a problem. Personally, you need to get that checked out because something in your brain isn't processing information correctly. Look. Second, they skip past all their good IPs to go with this one, and I do want to bring this up though. They chose a weird day to announce the NFTs because they didn't do it on the same day that they announced the Splinter Cell stuff. Because I would have tried to flow off the Splinter Cell stuff into some NFT trash, but nah, they was like, oh nah, the Discreets need to get this separately. This is way more important.
Right. They may not filter up our homeboy Sam Fisher with some NFT nonsense. Got time for that?
We gonna see.
But if they drop a Splinter Cell, NFT, I might buy it.
I think this is gonna keep happening though. We might as well go ahead and get comfortable. Go ahead and settle in. Everybody's going to start dropping their own NFTs soon. Watch. I know the WWE has some NFTs already, but they're probably going to make more. So probably get ready for wrestling NFTs in the future.
Yeah, I heard they have one for Undertaker, and that thing went crazy. So it just depends on if you're invested in whatever the NFT is. If they have a real fan base and community that strongly feels about that enough to be able to buy it, it'll work. But yeah, like I said, Ghost Recon is just. It's not the move. It's just not the road to go. So you know, I just say, hey, look, they got up on out of there, you know, because nobody cared about them NFTs. And speaking of getting up on out of there, Ubisoft, they got a whole bunch of people getting up on out of there with the great exodus because everybody quitting. 2 weeks notice is going in like crazy. Not even. They just leaving. Yeah. Not even. They just walking
Ubisoft
out.
Specifically, that's why we're saying Ubisoft got like a stack of problems. Like, so they were saying even, I can't remember which game it was that like just came out, but like 5 of the people that worked on this game that just came out have already left. Like 12 of the 50 people that worked on Assassin's Creed or some shit. Like they lost so many people. I had so many people resign or like quit in the past like couple of months or year.
Right. So yeah, and it's crazy because like we're already going through this mass exodus of people. You know, the Great Resignation where like a lot of people are just quitting left and right from a whole bunch of companies. But Ubisoft, the fact that like over the past 18 months they're just slowly just losing people after people after people. And for a game company, that's horrible because you need obviously a workforce and a staff to people to make games. Like if you're short staffed, that delays games coming out, games being made in general, everything. And
they even said that like somebody had to call somebody that left because they didn't know how to fix some shit that was wrong. It's like, damn.
Exactly. It's so many integral parts because most of those people, when they work in those places, they have specific job titles or specific skill sets. Not everybody can just do. It's not like you go to McDonald's and a cashier leave, you can just go throw somebody else on there. It's not the same. So it's like, it's crazy, and the fact that like, you know, Ubisoft is like trying to. I don't know what they're trying to do to rectify this because apparently they ain't doing the right thing because it's been it's over a year and a half and niggas all still leaving. I think after like 3 months, and I realized a lot of people quitting, I would want to find a way to correct course, but they just like, nah, they'll be back.
Ubisoft has been fucking up though. Like think about how many times we've had like
everybody's been fucking
up.
That. But like, damn, it's like, I mean, and not just that, because if you look at the thing, it's not just Ubisoft, but also I think like a lot of people have been quitting from like EA and Epic and Blizzard and Activision, like all these game companies. A lot of people are just saying peace. They just chunking up the deuces and saying I'm out. And it's either from developers just being frustrated because you know how games are being made now, where you know they're spending all these hours redoing games, retooling things. They gotta, you know, deal with the delays and the pushbacks, and they're overworked. And then also all the controversies that happens with the higher ups and all this other stuff. Like there's so much chaos going on in these gaming companies. It's like, you know, I don't blame them. I do not blame them. That, you know, but it's like what's that gonna spell for these companies who have to try to push out these games because they still got to meet up with the demand of these games, and they still got to try to keep their doors open because people still want games from them. So, you know, we gonna be seeing longer release windows at this rate. Like, if they announce a game, expect that thing in probably 5 years at this point.
Exactly. If they only got 5 people working on it, so shit.
So, man, Ubisoft can't catch a break. But, you know, hopefully in 2022, hopefully next year it turns around for them. Hopefully, you know. Not
that a meme of the girl stepping into the next year. They're gonna fix all their problems.
They got a new year, new me this thing. I mean, you know, that's the only thing they can do at this point. They got to go new year, new me, and just hope for the best. That's all I can say. I don't know, but damn, Ubisoft. You know,
and it's like we kind of already knew they was hiring because we found out about Splinter Cell because they announced that what are now hiring for Splinter Cell thing. We don't know they was hiring for every damn thing.
All right, that's why they announced Splinter Cell because they need to excite people. Like, oh, we got Splinter Cell coming back. You want to work here now? Come on.
Yeah,
Sam Fisher.
It's like if you applying to work at Splinter Cell, you might be applying for 4 or 5 other jobs and even realize it.
Right. Like, yeah, we gonna get the Splinter Cell, but this Assassin's Creed need to get took care of first. Go ahead and holler at that first.
And it was like, you know what I'm saying? We want you to work on Splinter Cell, but maybe you could prove your worth on working on these 4 other games we got coming out, and then we'll get you around to that Sam Fisher. That's probably how they're gonna get you.
Exactly. But yeah, so hopefully Ubisoft deals with this shortage of people. And speaking of shortages, Xbox still dealing with shortages.
Killing it right now.
These are transitions. I'm good. I'm barring it up today. But speaking of shortages, Xbox, them damn selves is hurting from these Xbox shortages, and they had to use development kits to run a Halo tournament. You see this? Like, how bad is it that the source can't even get their own product, fam?
Shit is crazy.
Like, Xbox is like, yo, we ain't even got them joints. We got to use the dev kits to do this Halo tournament. And we all know that with the chip shortage going on, and it's been like this ever since these new gen consoles with PlayStation 5 and Xbox, the Series X more notably, because the Series S is still somewhat available, but the Series X that has the more powerful processors and chips and stuff like that, them things are impossible to find, just like, you know, PS5s for the most part. And you know, Xbox wanted to throw this Halo tournament, especially with the release of Halo Infinite, and they just did not have enough of the Xboxes on hand to do it, so they had to use development kits, which is crazy because these systems have been out. Well, it's been about a year, right? Now that they've been out, right? Or over a year. Yeah. and it's still a mass shortage. And I know now it's not so much of demand; it's just like these parts that they need. These parts that they need, they just can't get a hold enough of these chips and these peripherals to really mass produce these consoles. And then when they do get a shipment out, people are buying them up and hoarding them, and they're still not
scalping them.
And I still don't understand at this point why they don't just like say, okay, direct to stores, just start putting them in stores at this point. Like, why are they?
Because of Omicron, they can't send people to stores.
I mean,
there's some validity to that.
That's true, but this is even before the Omicron peaked back up. They could have still found a way to start doing this because like people are still going to stores, people are still shopping and whatnot, and I get it. Like if they do like small minimal amounts where they can kind of like say, hey, you're gonna go to Walmart, but you gotta order it on the website, but you know it goes directly to the store. It's not from the website. It's like there's literal things like that. That way, you know, you have to go pick up only, not delivery, things like that. It's like a pickup scenario, something like that. Where think about
it like this though. Like let's say hypothetically, right? I'm gonna just throw a number out there. Let's say you like hypothetically that y'all have 100 PS5s or 100 Xboxes available. Like, how do you pick which stores you're going to send them to? And you would only, you're going to send like 1 to 100 stores? You're going to send 5 to 20 stores? It just makes it like it's a lot easier for people to theoretically get them in finger quotes if everybody's just going to a website instead of making it based on where people are located. But like you said, like being online makes it easier for people to scalp them. And my whole thing is like, everybody needs to hold the fucking line. Like, stop buying from scalpers. If everybody just like stops buying, then maybe that shit will dry up because then they won't be making money. But I saw that they made like $104 million in August, like profit off of like basically bots buying like consoles and then reselling them. So it's like people got to stop like letting them get away with that shit.
Yeah, I agree. It's crazy, but like I said, like at the end of the day, they're still making their money, so they really don't care. But I think but then when they look at this scenario where they themselves can't even run their own event with their flagship game because they can't even get the consoles because of the same reason, I think it'll make them look at it as like, okay, we got to figure out a way. And because like, what if they didn't have enough development kits or dev kits to run the event, you know? And if they want to continue to do these Halo Infinite tournaments, because I'm pretty sure they're going to be doing more of these because this was out in Raleigh actually, and it was a season. It's a championship season series, and it's for like $250,000 tournament. It's a pretty big deal, and they got sponsors and whatnot. And what if one of them dev kits decide to not want to dev it up no more? What if it don't work? Like they have limited resources, so I'm just feeling like they gotta they'll figure out a way to do this. But I think in the future, if like a year from now, it's still hard to find a Series X or a PS5. Like they need to just kind of like stockpile, like before they even like say we're going to announce release them, or stockpile maybe 100,000, 500,000, and then come up with a plan to kind of like find a way to divvy it up a little bit easier, rather than letting these scalpers still be able to keep buying them up and gobble them up the way that they're doing. Because it's just, I mean, it's hard out here for y'all. I mean, we good though. We good. It took Tyler a while, but we good. We all out here. Well, you ain't got the Xbox yet, but
see, this is exactly what the fuck I be talking about.
But see, Kev don't know, and I wasn't gonna try to hunt down the Series X. I was like, it ain't that important to me. I'm fine with the S. The S is cool. It does the job. I'm cool with it. But for those who want that big body, and
I do still want it at some point, but I'm not about to go through that whole process that I went through with the PS5 with that. So I'll get it when I can get one, but it definitely appears like it's gonna be a minute. So
right, yeah. So hopefully
it's a good thing too, because I ain't nothing I feel like I need to be playing over there right now. No way, because I still got Xbox One. I still got Game Pass.
You ain't missing much. You ain't missing much.
That's like I tell people, like people ask me about the PS5. I still don't feel like I need the PS5 either, because there really ain't no games out that I feel like are been worth it, except for 2K. But that's because y'all trying to leave me.
Specifically for Deathloop, like as y'all know, because I talked about that a bunch. Like if it were not for Deathloop, I wouldn't have spent the time that I spent trying to get my hands on a PS5. And then of course I barely had time to play the shit because welcome to my life. But yeah.
Did you play Astral Playroom yet?
I can't hear you breaking up.
What? How are you?
Y'all know I haven't had time to play shit.
You had time to play. You had time to play Apex. You had time to play Apex.
Oh,
You had time to play some Deathloop, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you ain't got time to play Astro's Playroom. You don't know nothing about them haptic feedbacks, do you?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know nothing about
what's next on our list of topics?
It's evil to live backwards, Tyler.
You don't know nothing about the adaptive triggers, do you? Nope.
She don't know
nothing about that. She underutilizing the hell. She don't deserve that PS5.
Exactly. She don't know nothing about that haptic feedback.
Right?
She don't understand.
Let's get some feedback from our sponsors, because I think it's time for an ad break now, right?
No.
Are we doing
sponsors? Sponsors? What you mean?
Are we doing top 5 games of the year before we go to commercial?
No, we can do them now. We can do it now, then we'll go to commercial, and then we'll do the other segment. So yeah. Mm-hmm. So who wants to go first? Should we read out Beezy? Should we do Bee's list first since he's not here?
Okay, since he's not here. Okay.
All right. So hold on, I'll pull it up.
So yeah, we're doing our top 5 games of the year, y'all. You know, we gonna end this year off proper. Talk about what games we felt were the standouts from this year only. Because remember last year I messed that up and said a game that wasn't from the same year.
This man said Apex with his chest. I remember that.
It was wrong as hell. I'll admit I was very wrong.
He was like, but it was updates though. It was updates. Oh, all right, y'all. So we gonna. So you want to go from like number 5 to number 1 and do that?
Sure.
All right, we'll do that. All right. So, all right, y'all. So I'm gonna read off right now Beezy's top 5 games. I feel like he just said some stuff. No, 2 of them on here I agree. Some I just see the nigga just said some shit. Real talk. He just said it because he just like, what game came out this year? All right, that's cool. So at number 5, I agree with this one. Number 5, he says NBA 2K22. That man been out there. He been on that hardwood, getting them boards, cleaning that glass. You know, making some questionable decisions, but we still love him. But we still love that. We still love him. He's still an essential part of the team. But no, yeah. And this trash talking is one of one. I'll tell you that. You gotta be there to hear it.
Yes.
But no, NBA 2K22 is number 5 on this list. I agree with this. It is a dope game, very dope game. Yeah. A lot of fun playing that, and I know he's put a lot of work into that. Number 4, Halo Infinite. How this man gonna say this game? Now look, I don't know. Maybe he playing it right now, and I know he played the multiplayer. I don't know how far he into the campaign, but he just said Halo Infinite is one of his top games of the year.
I care. Why are you hating?
Why
just
saying,
hating on Halo right now?
I ain't hating on Halo. I didn't I say prior? I've started the campaign and I'm loving it right now. All I'm saying is
making it sound like it don't deserve to be on the.
I strongly believe. I strongly believe Beezy ain't put. I strongly believe Beezy ain't put the time. He ain't put the time into this title, into this game, to really justify saying it is one of the best. How you know he did he finish it? Did he finish it? I don't know. It's good, but it's on his list, so I respect it.
I haven't had time to play it yet, but I'm almost positive that if I had, it would probably be on my list too. Only because, because even like before, when I used to play Halo 3 for hours and hours, I have never played a Halo campaign a day in my fucking life. But I would spend all night on the fucking PvP. So I feel like if he's played the PvP and he likes it, especially if he's been fucking with Halo for a minute, I feel like that's enough to give it a top 5 spot.
You just ride for him because he's from your city.
Exactly. He just wanted to say nice things about her friend. Ain't got time for that.
Yeah, we look, all that positive political answer shit. Anyway, but that's his number 4. That's his number 4. Number 5, and I think he's put some time in, and he's talked highly about this. Forza Horizon 5. I know he said he's really enjoyed that game. I felt like he's put some time in. He's been driving around. The cars are nice. The environments are nice. I like the game too. It's not on my list, but it is a very, very, very good game. Beautiful game. So yeah. Forza Horizon 5. Number 2, he said Deathloop. Now I know why he said this game. Black folk. Got to support black folk. Because I know for damn sure, I know damn Skippy, this man didn't even start this game. He didn't even start this shit. No, he did. He started it, but he started it. He ain't done nothing else but start the shit. He barely played this game because I asked him a couple times, hey, how far? Oh, I got to get back to Deathloop. I got to get back to that game. He ain't never do it. But because he want to support our people. I respect it. He put it at number 2. Put it high up on the list too. Because, but that's why that's there. But yeah, number
That's
2 for
the
him
reason.
is Deathloop. And then number 1, this one's no surprise. No surprise. Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Village. That's his number 1 game. Like, you know, Beezy and his Resident Evil, he loved it. You know, and I love Resident Evil 2. It's a great game. So yeah, I fully expected that to be his game of the year and number 1 on this list. So that is BZ430's list. And Kev, hit us with your list. What you got?
All right, so you know, I was talking to Tyler about this yesterday. I asked her about her list, and she said, "Nigga, I don't even think I have 5." And I was like, "Girl, how you don't have 5?"
Hey, you ain't got 5.
But then when I got home and thought about it, you know,
you ain't got 5 either.
I realized I also do not have 5.
Y'all fake. Y'all fake. Y'all both fake.
We're not fake.
Y'all ain't real out here.
Like, I have not played. I have not played 5 new games this year.
Y'all ain't been out here grinding out here like y'all say y'all have.
I talk about the same games every week, so I know I don't have 5.
Exactly.
Give us your 2.5 then.
All right, so I got. I'm gonna play. I'm putting in order of least played. All right, put in order of least played from this year.
All right.
I'm gonna say I played this least. Yeah, I definitely played this least. Demon Slayer. No, wait. Yeah, Demon Slayer. Great anime. Excellent manga. The game pretty fun, but I'm not into arena fighters, so I'm pretty confident I'm not going to return to it. To keep the 100 with you. Yeah, pretty confident I'm not, unless. You know what I'm saying? Somebody wants to play online or something, maybe I'll do it, but I don't think I will. Next, I played this more than the other one. Back for Blood. Yep. That was a fun game that came out this year. Great zombie action, especially playing with y'all. I think we all had a blast with that one. It's got to be in my top. And then I only got 2 left. So I have a top 4. That's close. I have a top 4. In the second place spot, gotta be Knockout City. You know, that's my shit.
I would be surprised if you put that on your list.
Yeah, I feel like you would have had it on your list even if you had played a bunch of games this year.
Oh yeah, it still would have been in there. Knockout City, you know what I'm saying, I play all the time. I think it's really fun. It's really innovative. I hope it can grow a lot more next year. I think like it has a high skill ceiling. It has a nice art style. It has a nice family, fun, friendly vibe that like it could easily get all the crossover and brand deals that it wants to, honestly. And it has a big studio behind it. Not like the creator, but like the publisher and everything. That is a big studio. EA, yeah. They definitely have enough money to push it, make it bigger. And my number 1, you probably already assumed, is NBA 2K22. So it's because I play it the most. I play the game almost daily, so it would be a lie if I put something else above it. I play with the guys. We always have a blast. So not always. There's some days where the game just
some days it'll be rough out there.
Some days it'll be rough. I take it back. We don't always have a blast. But yeah, that's gonna be my top 4.
All right, you got a top 4, Tyler?
I have a top 3.
Wow.
It is basically about to be very similar to Kes. Like I said, I'm going to name you the 3. This is what I'm going to do, right? Repeat this. I'm going to tell you my 3 like games, the 3 new games that I played this year, and I'm going to order them. And then I'm also going to tell you 2 games that came out this year that I haven't gotten a chance to play yet that I'm looking forward to playing. Okay? How about that? So my top 3, the only games that I have played this year, they came out because, as y'all know, all I do I don't have very much free time, and 2, when I do have free time, I spend most of it playing Apex. So, like, the 3 new games that I played this year are Back for Blood. It's going to be my number 3. And I traditionally haven't played zombie games a whole lot, other than like the zombie in like Call of Duty World at War, I think was the one where they first added the zombie mode. But I used to play that shit a lot, and that was fun. Other than that, I just am not generally a person that plays a whole lot of zombie games, but I actually did have a lot of fun playing with y'all. I don't think I would have enjoyed it if I was playing by myself, or even if I was playing with strangers. But playing with y'all and like laughing and joking and like everybody setting off a car alarm and shit, that was fun.
That was.
I feel like that's definitely a good, like, you know, multiplayer experience that you can kick back with your friends and do and have a good time. So number 2 is going to be KO City. because
Hey.
again, I actually really fuck with Chaos City. It's like pretty fun. I haven't played it in a minute, but I've like always had a good time when I have played it. And it's surprising because like if somebody had just told me, oh yeah, a dodgeball video game, I would have been like, maybe. Well, it wouldn't necessarily sounded like super hype to me, but that game is a lot of fun. Just like the mechanics of it, the way that they have it structured, like adding the different balls to like make it interesting or like spice it up, adding the different locations.
Yeah. And they have a snowball mode right now too. They be trying.
That's cute.
They be trying, you know what I'm saying? Also, shout out to Crew Shiesty. We in here, but yeah.
Hey, did y'all let Granddad back in yet?
No.
No.
Okay, and then of course, number one, to the surprise of no one, because y'all know that I have not played very many new games this year, is going to be Deathloop, because Black folks, that's enough of a reason for me. And also because even though I have not, like I said, I'm going to play it more before the end of the year though, because I'm going to play it over the Christmas holiday and I'm very excited about it. But also just like in addition to, as I mentioned before, having a game that has two main characters that are both Black people and also not like a Black stereotype or somebody without nuance, you know. Y'all know I've been waiting for that game for a long time. And then even when it came out, I couldn't play it at first because of the whole PS5 shit. And so I was really looking forward to it. It did not disappoint me. The only thing that has been disappointing about it is that I have not had as much time to play it as I would like to. So like I said, between Black folks and also just the gameplay, the mechanics of the gameplay, and the storyline that I've seen so far, I'm definitely going to give that my game of the year. And the fact of the matter is that even if it had like sucked, I probably still would have gave it my game of the year because it had two Black people in the like main roles, period. And a girl got curls. Like that's all. That's really all we need. And she's a shooter. So girl with curls is a shooter. That's really all I need. And then other than that, like the two games that came out this year that I want to play, have not gotten around to, and will hopefully get a chance to next year are Halo Infinite. As I was saying earlier, y'all know I loved me some Halo 3. And part of the reason why I got super into Destiny was because of its similarities to like Halo 3. I realized as I look back over the course of my life, there's always some PvP shooter that I'm playing and sinking a whole bunch of hours in. And that's really like most of my gaming time for like most of my life is some like PvP that I'm playing for hours and hours every day. But yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to getting on Halo Infinite and playing the multiplayer. I will not play the campaign probably because I never do. But see, I see y'all hating in the chat. It's cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna give that an honorable mention because I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. But if I did, it would be on my list. And then I had another one that I was gonna say, and now I can't even remember what it was. But I will say it later if I remember. And also, y'all aren't the boss of me. I can say 4 if I want to. You know, y'all don't want me.
Hey, there's supposed to be 5, so like 4's good with me. I'm cool with that. That works for me. All right, well, okay, so I got my list. So let me preface this by saying I didn't put certain games on my list that I wanted to put on because I haven't finished the game. I personally have to finish and complete a game before I can say it's my top anything. I can't because I don't know how the game's going to transpire. I just can't do it. So I thought about putting certain games. I was like, I can't do it because I'm not done with the games yet. So, you know, when I finish the games, I probably have to look back at this list and be like, dang, I could have switched some stuff around. So
my granddad said, fuck what we talking about.
Yeah, so basically, I'm going to tell you right now. So with that being said, no, Deathloop's not on here, which I would have put it on there probably too, but I'm not done with it. Deathloop, Halo Infinite, and Returnal are not on here, even though I put a lot of time in that game. I did not beat it. I probably ain't gonna never beat that game, but fuck, shit happens. So here's my list. So starting at number 5 is KO City. KO City. I did not expect. I mean, no. I did not expect. Well, actually, yeah, I did not expect to enjoy it as much as I did because it's a fun game. It's such a simple game. It's dodgeball, but there's a lot of mechanics to it. And then I think, like I said, us playing together made it even more fun. And even though I got kicked out of Crew Shiesty, it's all right. I've learned to accept it and learn. You know, shit happens sometimes in life, and you got to work your way back. And sometimes, you got to overcome the shiestiness in the world. You know, sometimes that's that. You know,
sometimes you do. Sometimes you got to overcome.
But you know, even still, it is a really, really dope game. A lot of fun, and it's a game that you can pick up and play with your friends or by yourself and still have a good time. And it's just it's just a dope game. So I hope they continue to support it too and keep it going. after this year too. And I think they will, because I think it's built a really, really good following for itself. So that's my number 5. Number 4, another surprise that I never thought I would say this on any list in my entire gaming life, but NBA 2K22. I have not played a basketball game this much in years. I'm gonna say, and I've never been a fan of 2K because I've always felt 2K kind of phoned it in with the majority of the games because they kept doing the same things over and over again. But I feel like with 2K22, and I think it's because they had to bump it up to the next gen, this one really did feel like a really fully fleshed out basketball game. I love the career mode. I love the personality of it. I love the city and the environment of it. And then the gameplay is better. The play style is better. And then of course, playing with the crew, we have a good time playing. And I found myself just, even when I'm just running games by myself in my career, like the games are intense. Like I mean, I like, it's a good feeling basketball game. And it's like, I'm enjoying it, and I hope they keep this. So when 23 come out, I hope they keep it up. I hope they don't fall back, because 2K22 it's a good motherfucker. It's a really good game.
It set a really good standard for next gen 2K. Like if they could build onto this, I'd be happy, because this was a really great 2K, honestly.
Right. You said Ronnie 2K gonna send me 1,000. Go ahead, hey Ronnie, send me 100,000 VC. I'll take it. Buy some stuff for my player. Number 3. My number 3 spot is gonna go to Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Ratchet and Clank came out, and here's another game that I wasn't big into Ratchet and Clank, but when I saw the trailer for this one, especially for the PS5 version for Rift Apart, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be a great game. And then I went back and played the PS4 version of Ratchet and Clank to kind of get myself familiarized, and I really enjoyed that game. And this one kind of like took it to a whole other level. It's basically like a high quality Pixar movie that you can play. The story was great. It's very entertaining. I love the characters. The action was there. The weapons are all unique and fun. And it was just one of those games that was just really well done. It looked great. The game was beautiful. Like the frame was playing at 60 FPS, and it was just buttery smooth. And like, yeah, if it's a game that if you're into like Ratchet and Clank style type of games, definitely play that game if you're a PS5. You will not be disappointed. And it's definitely one of the better games that were exclusive for the PS5 was Ratchet and Clank. Number 2 is gonna go to Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Village. I love Resident Evil, just like Beezy, and I was really, really excited when they announced this one. The game is dope. It's in the same vein as Resident Evil 7, as far as the style of it. The action was great. The weapons were dope. I love the story. I love everything about it. It was a great game. I love the setting of it. It gave me sort of Resident Evil 4 vibes, but being back into like that sort of like wilderness type setting, and those like the town and the village type setting, but still had that intensity and that tenseness of Resident Evil 7. And the characters were, like I said, the characters were great. Everything about it was dope, and I really enjoyed that game a lot. And I can't wait for the next Resident Evil. I hope they keep that momentum going with what they're doing with 7 and 8 going into 9. But I know they're remaking 4, so we'll see. Hopefully that remake does good. But the remake's been all right too. But yeah, Resident Evil 8 definitely got my number 2 spot, and it probably would have been my number 1 spot if I didn't play this game. My number 1 game of the year is Guardians of the Galaxy, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy. That game surprised me with how much I loved playing that game.
Wow.
That game was the only game this year that I can thoroughly say I did not want to end at all. There was no point in that game when I was playing it. I wanted that game to keep going on and on and on, and keep going. Like, it's so much fun. Way better than Avengers. Way better than anything Avengers ever could have conceived of. Like that's how you do a game like that. The dynamic between, like, because you're playing only as Peter Quill, but like the way that they integrated the other Guardians and how their banter is as you're going through the entire game, the levels, the boss fights, the environments, the skill tree, how things are set up. It's just the music, everything about that game was just so much fun. The game is fun, yo. And I haven't had a game where I just wanted to turn on and just like you just have fun with the whole experience of it. It's just one of them games that I was like, yo, this game is great. It really is. And I think it's because I didn't expect it. I expected to have an Avengers style like experience where I thought it was gonna be mid. Not at all. This game is amazing to me. I love this game. So yeah, so if you ain't playing Guardians of the Galaxy, play that shit, because that shit is so much fun. Especially if you've watched the movies that you're familiar, or if you're familiar with the characters. They did a good job with those characters and everything like that. So yeah, that's my list. That is my list.
All right. I remember you did say a little bit about Guardians of the Galaxy, saying that you really been enjoying it. I didn't know it was your number one.
Yeah, no, I remember you talking about it, but I was not expecting it to be your number one.
Yeah, me either. Until I thought about it, I was like, that game. I literally, when I started playing that game, I didn't play anything else until I said all I wanted to play was that game until I finished it. Like I that's all I wanted to play. And I remember I sat and played that game for probably like almost 5.5 hours straight. Like overnight. Wow. I was up late. I played it and I didn't even realize what time it was when I was done playing it. I was just so into the game. I looked at the clock. It was like 5 hours later. I was like, shit.
Damn, that's how I know y'all fake when I be next door chirping y'all at 2:00 in the morning. Like, let's play.
You might have called me you might have caught me at a Guardians time. Guardians was over everything at that point. I was like, hey, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, that's my list. Yeah. But it was a dope year for gaming. It's a really, really dope year for gaming. There's some other games on my list that kind of got knocked off, or that would have been on my list, but like Hitman 3. I had it there, but then that one got bumped off. Like I said, the other games because I didn't finish them. I thought about Halo Infinite, really because of the how I really was enjoying the campaign. I also did like the multiplayer, but I decided to go against it because I wasn't done with the game. And yeah. Oh, yeah. See, who's top 5 you playing? I'm the only one with a true top 5. I mean,
B's in the top 5.
Well, yeah, B. Yeah, B is too. But yeah. So feel free to drop y'all top 5s in the Discord. Let us know what your top 5 games of the year were. We'd love to see and see what y'all been playing this year. And I think it's gonna be an even tougher list for me next year because a lot of great games are coming out in 2022. A lot of. You
gonna probably have a Horizon in your top 5. And B.
Horizon. I know Horizon gonna be up in that thing for sure. Horizon's already got an early spot because it's Horizon. They gonna do what they got to do. But
if it comes out next year,
don't do that. Don't do that. No problem, man. See, I'm out here actually playing game. I'm out here about this life. I don't know about these other niggas over here, but I'm out here.
Okay.
I play games all the time.
You play a game. You play a game all the time. You play a game all the time. That's the difference. But no, yeah, a lot of dope games are coming out, so we'll see if they all live up to the hype because they all look great. But yeah, so that's our list, y'all, and we're gonna now go into another unnecessary but necessary ad break. I think. Wait, the only person in here is active. And I think Jay Burrito showed up, and he ain't got a controller. How that happened? So Jay Burrito's an active. If y'all still here, y'all gonna see this ad. Everybody else, y'all gonna hang out with us, and then when we come back, we gonna go into One Gotta Go. Is there One Gotta Go?
Yeah.
One Gotta Go with Bloodbath, and then we're gonna go into questions. So we will see the two of y'all in a minute. Everybody else, let's keep talking.
Well, all right, y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get into this week's One Gotta Go and office scenario as well. If it comes around to it. So first, before I begin, I want to make sure everybody who has a question, go ahead and hop in the pod question queue, get comfortable. Or if you don't want to say it out loud, you can drop it in the pod question section because we're trying to make sure can't nobody say we didn't answer their question before the year ends. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to make sure that they feel heard. That means keep your questions brief when you get in here. Don't be in here talking a whole bunch. Get your question out. Wait for me to say driver 2. Then you can move on to the next person.
Why you bring that back, bro? Nobody want to talk about this shit.
All right, we don't got to talk about it. But yeah, now we can begin. This week's One Gotta Go. All right, so this one, I didn't want to do a straight up Christmassy one because I know how much Tyler despises Christmas. I know me.
You see my Grinch?
Yeah, I saw that. Anyway,
I saw that. I don't mean to go off the tangent, but I did see that thing you posted on Twitter with the shirt where it says "fuck them kids" with the Grinch. I low key want that shirt too, but low key I do want that shirt, but I can't wear that around the house. Anyway, go ahead.
So instead of doing a straight up Christmas one this time, I wanted to do one about winter sports because it is winter in general. So,
Okay.
which one of these winter sports I'm gonna say gotta go, and then we could do gotta stay. All right.
Okay.
So winter sports, one gotta go. We got snowboarding, skiing, ice hockey, curling. I'll read it again. Snowboarding, skiing, ice hockey, curling. What people don't know what curling is, that's the one where they slide the giant puck across the ice and they got the giant brooms and they sweep it to try to get the little spot.
Giant brooms.
Yo, curling has to go.
Curling is out of here.
Curling has
That
to
is
go.
a
But
lot.
I will say this: one time when I was traveling in New York and I was in our hotel, for some reason I turned on the TV and it was on ESPN and they had the World Curling Championships.
I'm watching that shit.
I was watching that shit for a good 45 minutes. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was mesmerized because I was like, these
Curling.
niggas legit just brushing the ice, bro. They just push broom in the ice. That's all they doing. And these people out here watching this shit. Like, I'm watching this shit. So I was like, it's something in that curling water. But I guess
No, curling is legit, like, interesting. Like, I will also watch it if it's on, but that's out of those options. Like, you can't get rid of hockey, especially I'm from the D. We got the Red Wings. Absolutely not.
Yeah, nah, you can't get rid of hockey.
And then like snowboarding, skiing, like, you can't get rid of those.
Nah, I gotta keep snowboarding too.
Oh, my bad.
Okay, go ahead.
If you just said like ice skating instead of curling, then I might have had a harder time picking. And if you try to say ice skating ain't a sport, I'm gonna hang up on both of y'all.
No, it definitely is.
It is a sport.
Definitely.
It's a whole ass Olympic sport. Why would I try to act like it's not a sport?
Yeah, Chaz Michaels on the phone.
Okay. But if I had to say one got to go out of them sports, curling, I really do fuck with curling. I've never done it, but it looks interesting. Snowboarding, because of that Johnny Tsunami movie. Come on now. Snowboarding got to stay. It's between skiing and ice hockey. Skiing can go, period. Skiing isn't very interesting. It just looks like, I don't know. Skiing it's just not as cool as snowboarding, and ice hockey is more interesting for me. So ice hockey can stay, skiing can go. Skiing just got to get up out of here. But in the reverse, one got to stay. What would y'all keep above everything else?
Hockey's got to stay because it's the OG. It's the OG. And the fights.
Yeah, snowboarding would be second, but yeah, ice hockey would definitely be first.
Yeah, snowboarding definitely would be second, but hockey ain't going nowhere.
I think I also have to agree with hockey being the one that stays. Yeah. All right. So that was good, y'all. You handled that well. Next, I have another one. This is more of a which would you rather? There's only two in this scenario. All right. This is about two boxing games. Which one of these you think is better? You got Ready to Rumble or Wii Boxing. Between those two boxing games.
I played neither of those.
Girl, you ain't played neither one. You didn't play Wii
I'm boxing in real life. The fuck I need.
Wow. I mean, sometimes you don't want to punch actual people. Like, you want to just, like,
No, that never happens to me.
Well, I guess me and Wooly can decide since she ain't played neither one of these games.
Both of those games are extremely fun.
I know.
Extremely fun. You know what? I'm gonna have to give it to Wii Boxing.
Wii Boxing is better?
It's more fun because you're actually doing it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And for some reason, the feeling of like when you throwing them hooks and them jabs and you knock them down, and it feels like you ain't really doing it, but you is doing it. It's a different feeling than when even though Ready to Rumble it's a classic. But I think in my mind also, because fight night over everything. When I played,
that's what I didn't even put in the conversation.
I know. So what I'm saying is, like, when I think about boxing games, like legit boxing games, like my mind always goes to there. It never goes to Ready to Rumble, even though it's a fun game. You say the same thing like Mike Tyson Punch Out and all that other stuff. All that stuff is like, that's all the goofy stuff. But I think Wii Boxing had that goofy fun factor, but also we did have like the ability for you to kind of use actual boxing mechanics somewhat. So, and then also
you get yourself a heavy bag. Get
First of all,
yourself a heavy bag and hit a real heavy bag.
okay, you act like I'm playing it right now, like I'm still playing the game. I don't even own it. I'm just saying, back when it was out, okay, and I've had heavy bags and speed bags and all that other stuff, and nothing beats the real thing. What I'm saying is, like, it's fun and it's cool. Like at the time, because the Wii was like, you couldn't really do that kind of motion sensor stuff to that level with a home console. It was an experience that Ready to Rumble couldn't give you. Or the streets, apparently, because Tyler out there just banging on everybody in Detroit on site for hoodies and everything. Like, what up? And knocking them out.
I didn't even say all of that.
Got a 13-0 record out there, All right.
All right. So if I had to choose between the two, I'm torn. I mean, that's why I made it, because I really do feel like it's not as easy as you think. But I think I'm still going to lean towards Ready to Rumble. But Wii Boxing is also a very fun game. Like, it really is. I feel like Wii Boxing deserves to be in the conversation of like most fun boxing games.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah. And lastly, well, let me check, see if we got any pod question queue. We got anybody question queue? Because if not, I can do a Christmas scenario.
Yeah, we got somebody in the queue. We got Bandana Bishop.
I mean, you gotta do the Christmas scenario unless y'all niggas want to. You know what I'm saying? Let me know. I got one.
We go to the question. We did two already. We did the one got to go in this scenario. All right. So we're gonna head to the questions now, y'all. So we got Bandana Bishop. I was gonna say Bandana Bishop coming through. Bandana Bishop. Make sure that you are ready, because you about to go up in this thing. You don't have to be on. If you want to be on camera, you can, but just make sure your mic is on and that you don't have Twitch open anywhere else. All right. You are on the air. Bandana, what up? Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Hey,
Yeah.
Welcome.
Hey, what's going on?
What up?
So Kev told me to make it quick and get out of here. Gaming or non-gaming?
Whatever you want. Non-gaming.
Yeah,
non-gaming.
Oh, I don't know. Last time he asked us that deep philosophical ass question.
No. This is much simpler. I'm surprised you remember that, by the way. But this is much simpler.
Good memory.
What's a book that you think everybody should read?
I'm gonna say,
there's so many.
You assuming that people read books,
right? You assuming that we read over here? We read literature.
Kev got his Morehouse hoodie on.
Words.
He had to read one book.
That means nothing.
He read the syllabus. That's what he read.
He said the other day he's never read the syllabus.
I bet.
The full syllabus my entire life.
And I have the answer, so I'm gonna go ahead and go. And I'm gonna give a shout out to All About Love by Bell Hooks, since Bell Hooks passed this week, and it was very, very sad. But I think that everybody should read All About Love. Because, and I know like probably a lot of like bad motherfuckers, I ain't reading that shit called All About Love, but that was actually like really interesting in terms of sort of changing the way, like examining the way that we think about our relationships or interactions with other people, what, not just in a romantic way, but like family, your parents, your children, etc. And so I think it's a really good way to just sort of like examine the things that you might have like learned or been taught when you were little that are really harmful, or things that you picked up along the way, and just like thinking about how to be a better person to yourself and also to the people around you through the context of like what she's saying. I recommend it to everybody.
All right. Okay. I'll go next because Kev don't read. No. So one of my favorite books, and I'm be honest, like later in my years, I don't read as much as I used to growing up, but one of my favorite books that I ever read was a book called Man Child in the Promised Land. It's by Claude Brown. I don't know if you've heard this book, but it's actually it's actually an autobiographical book about him, but it's a coming of age story of him growing up in the 40s and 50s in Harlem, and just about his life and everything that he went through, and living in different environments, and how we learned from that, and how was able to kind of transfer them over to his adult life and kind of like turn his life around by using those same things he learned from the streets of Harlem. And I read it when I was in high school, actually. And for some reason, the book really stuck with me and made me like really just like see things from a lot of cool and dope perspectives and stuff like that. So yeah, that's a really, really good book that I tell people that they should definitely check out. So yeah, Man Child in the Promised Land.
So mine is this book. It actually kind of inspired my final project in college because as a sociology major, we had to actually do sociology to graduate. So it's a book called Whistling Vivaldi, and it's actually it's about microaggressions and like stereotype threat and stereotype theory and ideas behind like certain biases based on race and gender. So it was like the book was all about this guy. He held studies and like he would have people doing tests and like whenever he'd have women doing tests, apparently it was like a stereotype that women are bad at math, which I had never heard of before the book. I was like, well, whenever the women would do the tests, like math tests in rooms full of men and women, they would perform worse than when there was just a room full of women. Same thing with like black people doing literacy tests in rooms full of just black people that perform better, or like they got tapped into better black networks. They didn't like they found out that the white people were doing all these things that didn't even tell them about the different networks and information. So it's really interesting. It was a really dope book called Whistling with Vivaldi. But yeah, that's a book I would recommend to people. It's not that long of a read. It was pretty interesting. But if you want something more exciting, I highly recommend a book called Panther Baby. It's about this guy he was in the Black Panthers. And, he was really young, and then he ended up going to jail for a long time. Coming out of jail, he ended up becoming a karate teacher. He lived a really interesting life. It was a dope book, though. Dope book.
Interesting.
Wow. I haven't heard of a single one of the ones that you all have listed, so I really appreciate this.
Oh, no problem. Yeah, definitely check them all out. Get some new literature in your life.
Yep.
And what about you? What book would you recommend to everybody?
Oh, I'm gonna go with the last one I read that I really think everyone should read is Are Prisons Obsolete by Angela Davis. It's like barely over 100 pages, but I think it's like
I have read
even
that.
though it's short, it is dense. But I think it's probably one of the best summaries of all the problems surrounding incarceration in America and the prison system.
Okay.
But if you want to go with something that's a little bit lighter, Born a Crime by Trevor Noah. I don't know if you know Trevor Noah, but he succeeded Jon Stewart on the Daily Show.
Yep.
Yep. South African stand-up comedian. He, even though he talks about, I mean, the title is Born a Crime, so even though he talks about like growing up in South Africa under apartheid and all that, he's also really funny. Like he talks about like getting the fake Adidas with the 4 stripes instead of the 3 stripes and stuff. And like, I was surprised to find out that he's actually a really skilled and knowledgeable DJ. Like, never would have known that by just watching the interviews with him on the Daily Show. But that is like, I would say a much lighter read. But I would recommend both of those.
Yeah, that's good. I find that like comedians tend to be really smart people because like I'm also reading Dick Gregory's Political Primer, and it's a book written in the 70s about like politics and like how the whole system works, and it still stands up today. Like it's fascinating. It's really crazy. But thank you for your question, though.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Is there anywhere you want people to be able to find you? You want to promote?
I mean, I'm only on Twitter. I'm 92 Bricks. At 92 Bricks spelled out. But
92 Bricks. Okay. All right. 92 Bricks. All right.
Bricks.
But I don't do much, but just retweet stuff that makes me laugh or makes me think.
Okay.
That's it. I don't
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Definitely did that.
We appreciate you coming through with a dope question. And, reading is knowledge. Knowledge is power. So get your books out there, y'all.
Appreciate all the recommendations and everything you do on the podcast.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Real quick before we move on, I do want to say, just because in case there are people out there who are not familiar with Bell Hooks, I just want to say this real quick. 'Cause like I said, she died a couple of days ago, and she's somebody that I read a lot when I was in college. She's like a Black female scholar. She taught at Yale for a while. She is, her mind and the way that she thinks about things is really interesting. And so, like I said, I highly recommend it. But I just wanted to give just a little bit more info about her for anybody who has never heard of her before. Look her up.
Yeah.
Dope. Definitely. Okay, so we got another question. We got Blue Glass coming in. So we're gonna see what Blue Glass is talking about. Blue Glass,
You're live on the air.
you are on the air.
You're live on the air. You're muted. You are still muted, by the way, in case you was wondering. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. Unmute soon, preferably.
Okay. Blue Glass is active mind, by the way. Okay, that's what Deolin just said. Okay, so this is actually active mind. Okay, that's Blue Glass, the one who dropped 20 earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, active. If you are active, make sure you take off your mic or unmute your mic so we can hear you.
Can you hear us? Because if you can hear us,
Wait a minute.
Inactive.
Wait a minute.
Inactive. All right. So
I'm gonna keep talking about bell hooks until somebody comes back in the chat.
All right. So we'll give a little bit.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah. So we'll give a little bit of time.
She also examines the intersectionality between like being black and being a woman. I forgot to say that earlier, and I feel like that's a really important part of her work. So.
Wasn't she one of the first people to start talking about intersectionality?
Exactly. Yep.
She's one of the first people to talk about it.
Exactly.
And for people who don't know, like her name is spelled lowercase on purpose. It's by
so definitely thank you for pointing that out. Definitely spell her name all lowercase. She did that intentionally because she actually took her pen name after her grandmother, I believe, and so she wanted it to be all lowercase to differentiate herself from her grandmother, who was also named Bell Hooks.
Awesome. So
yeah. R.I.P.
Right, R.I.P. to Bell Hooks. All right, so I'm not seeing active back in this thing. So apparently something happened. So we'll give a couple more. We'll give about another minute. And if not, then we'll just
got any questions. It's the time to get them in. Yeah, last episode of the year.
Last episode. So we give y'all about a minute. Give y'all about a minute. Or someone read the chat.
In the chat.
Oh, pod question channel. Okay. Hold on. God damn it. All right, let's see. Okay, here we go. All right, so the question is, this is from Active. It's been announced that Sony wants to do a live action Ghost of Tsushima. For those that have played the game, what exactly do you want to see in the film from the game? Should Sony even attempt after this Resident Evil fiasco?
They're gonna attempt it. That's not even debatable. They're gonna attempt it because they're already attempting other Sony stuff like Uncharted, and Sony's looking for a hit. Period. So I wouldn't be surprised if they go for it. I saw somebody this earlier. I think I saw somebody like Henry Cavill or something had played it and he was really into it and he wanted to help try to get it off the ground or something like that. I read something like that. I could be wrong though, but what would I like to see? I wouldn't. Period. But if they have to, I would prefer it to be Japanese. It probably will not be, but I would prefer it to be Japanese. And I know that they're not gonna make it in Japanese because people act like they can't read subtitles. So
at least do it like they did Squid Game. Where the native is in, it was in Korean, so the native would be in Japanese, but they'll dub it in English.
Oh, weird about that though, right? Because I played the game in Japanese, but they still had the English lip sync
because they did it the reverse. So they did the original. Yeah. They created everything in English, and so they need to do the vice versa in this case. But I'm with you, Kev. They kind of don't need to do this. One, the game is still new. Like they have other IPs they can probably go before they do Ghost. And if they do Ghost, I don't want them to actually do a 1-to-1 recreation of the entire game. I think they can create a whole new story or a side story based off of the characters, or at least the main character. And just put kind of like how they did the DLC where they kind of put Jin in a different island or over Iki Island. They can kind of do something like that where we get the character, but you can fit him into a brand new scenario, and then kind of include other characters from the game, you know, as you go. And I would prefer it to be a series, so hopefully it's a series and not a movie. But if they do a movie, give them a new story. Don't make it a one-to-one representation. I don't think that's necessary. Because what?
The good twist would be if the series and/or movie is about Jin's uncle instead.
Yeah, that'd be good too.
That would be
I would like that too. And you get young Jin, get a young version of him, and we can see more, or his father, even better, his father. Because
that would be interesting.
Because we don't know, we know about his father, but we didn't really get to see how his father became the great samurai that he was in a way. We you know, because he's been talked about so much, and Jin holds him in such a high regard, he wants to be just like him. So I think it'd be good to see the origin story of Jin's father, and then Jin being born, and then it goes up to when Jin, you know, and I want to spoil. Actually, I ain't gonna say too much because I don't want to say something and then, you know, somebody ain't played the game. But just up to when Jin's a kid, that point, and then we can get that in a movie. And then if it's successful, then we can kind of go into okay, now we're focusing on Jin in a way where it makes sense. So yeah, I think we can do that, but it doesn't need a live action anything right now. It's still a new game. It's still fresh. They can, you know, worry about doing it for something else. They already doing Uncharted. They already doing what else they doing?
Last of Us. They doing Last of Us also.
Yeah, they already got those to worry about. So
he's searching for a hit. That's why Sony's over there milking everything out of Spider-Man. That's why they got another Venom movie. We got a Morbius movie coming out. Sony's trying stuff.
Yeah,
that's real. I just want them to have Scarlett Johansson play Jen.
Wow. Why?
But no, for real though. All jokes aside, I mean, I think I've said this before, and if I haven't said it here, then I've definitely said it on Twitter. I'm just so fucking sick of it's so many good stories out there. It's so many writers coming. You know, I just feel like there's this whole untapped resource of original stories that writers, because Hollywood and corporations are always just remaking some shit. Ghost of Tsushima is an amazing game. It needs to be a game. It doesn't need to be a movie. Just because some shit is a good in one medium or one form doesn't mean that it needs to be turned. I want them to stop doing that. I'm over it.
But they know it's gonna make money, so they won't stop doing it. That's the thing.
Exactly. But I'm sick of it. So I don't want to see it at all. Yeah. But if they did go the route that y'all are describing, where if it wasn't the actual game, if it was, you know, like you said, his father, his uncle, I feel like that could potentially work, but yeah, other than that, I don't want. I mean, and I still don't really, because like somebody else said in the chat too. I think that's a really good point. Go watch a samurai movie. Right. You know what I mean? Go watch. I'm blanking. What seven samurai, 7 swords? I don't remember. Just go. There's an infinite. Yeah. There's an infinite amount of samurai movies that you can go watch. They don't need to. They don't need to do all of that.
Not at all. And if they do, like I said, do it, then they got to make sure that they do their research, and just as much as authenticity they wanted to put in the game, they have to put it into the actual movie and make it feel like a real samurai movie. So they can't half-ass the movie after the game is literally, you know, authentic samurai everything the way that it is. Especially
add Tom Cruise and make it Last Samurai 2.
The Last Ghost of Tsushima. Oh Lord,
they just go. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find a way to add some white people to it.
They're gonna do it. You know they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
they're gonna find a way. But yeah, I mean, it should be. You know, we'll see, because you know Sony got this studio. They're gonna try to cash in on as many of their first party IPs as they can. So I think it's all going to boil down to how successful The Last of Us is and how successful Uncharted is. If both those end up being successful, then it's going to open the floodgates, and then everything's going to be being made. So we'll see.
So if anybody else got any questions, go and get them out now. If not, you know what I'm saying?
If not, forever hold your peace till 2020. Oh, we got Diogen. All right, so yeah, we got Diogen. So this will be our last question of the year. We're going to end it with Diogen. So Diogen, you are live. On the air.
Hello.
What up? We hear you. What up?
Okay, so it's a Christmas question.
All right.
I love those.
You have to pick one.
Tyler's like humbug.
Softball question, or you want the wild one?
We want that wild motherfucker.
I'm wild. Yeah.
All right, you got the wild question here. It
That
is.
wild shit.
Cancel Christmas. Forget about the right wing. It's cancelled. You have to replace it with something that will make them forget. Like everyone forget. Something amazing. What would you replace it with?
Oh wow.
So if we had to basically make a holiday to replace Christmas.
Yes.
The weird thing is Christmas falls at such a weird time because it's like it's in the winter. So it's like you got to come up with something that makes people want to have fun in the winter. And that's what's tricky.
I got it.
Mm-mm.
I got
Let's see
it.
what you got.
So you cancel Christmas, right? On the 25th. Does it? Okay, so it has to be just that day, or can it like be a change? Okay, no, that is. So on that day,
You're trying to make it like a Hanukkah type or a Kwanzaa type thing where it lasts over multiple days.
Does it have to be like a? No. Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm thinking. In the month of December, instead of don't worry about Christmas, Christmas Eve, none of that. Like the month of December, like ain't nobody.
Okay. So
What?
first of all, I'll give you Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. You get
It's
2 days.
2 days.
Oh, I got 2 days. Okay, I got 2 days. Okay. All right. So all right. I don't know where it's gonna come from. They gotta figure that out. Or maybe I gotta figure that out. But so basically, however much money you would have accumulated in that month of December, you get a lump sum payment each day. So basically, let's say you make $1,000 a week. That's $4,000, right? So on that specific day, the Christmas Eve and the Christmas Day, you get $4,000 each on top of the money you've already made that week for that month. But those are your bonus days, and you can use that money. It's like magical money. I don't know where it comes from, but you can use that money to do whatever you want. Go on vacation, whatever it is. Everybody gets it at the same time, but you can use those 2 days to go travel anywhere you want. It's just a day. It's a day where anybody can do whatever they want that day. You know, as far as a day to relax and, you know, chill. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It's not a whole get Christmas trees, stuff like that. But let's say, oh, we got $8,000. We can take the family on a trip to Disneyland, or we can go out of the country, or whatever it is, prior COVID. But stuff like that where it doesn't affect anybody's money. So it's like one of them days. I think something like that. I think everybody would like that more than Christmas because everybody gets to pay, gets like and it doesn't affect anything outside world, and it just happens that one time a year, like. You know, and we don't get nothing else. We don't get taxes. We don't get tax refunds. We don't get none of that. We just get that right there, boom. And then everybody's off work. Everybody's just doing not everybody's off work, but everybody during that time, except for like special people who got to work, like, and they get bonuses or whatever. But, you know, something like that. I don't know. Somewhere it's like you can give somebody something, because people gonna still want stuff instead of Christmas. They're gonna still want gifts or whatever it is. But who doesn't want to get free free money? You know. And time with their family, just not let's sing Christmas songs and shit and get a tree and have dinner and all this other stuff and all these other traditions we got to do. Like, just, you know, let people choose what they want to do for the holiday and not be limited to things being closed on the holiday. They can still do whatever they want. So everything's not closed. That too. So you can go and do whatever you want because everything ain't closed and shit.
I'm kind of on that same wave, except for I don't want the money to come from nowhere. But I definitely am on the like people getting money and like not having to do stuff and not having to work. But I would call it redistribute the wealth day, and like that money needs to come from all of these billionaire motherfuckers that are paying taxes. That's what I'm saying. I can't see CEOs that are making like 200 times more than their like lowest employees.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It got to come from somewhere. I know exactly where it came from, but it's got to come from somewhere who. They got it, and it ain't gonna affect nothing. And they got it.
Specifically come from those motherfuckers. That's why I say it's called redistribute the wealth day.
Hey, call Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, tell them to run them pockets, baby. Come on.
Yes.
And that'll count as their tax refund. That'll count as their tax write-off that day or those days.
What you're describing sounds more like Boxing Day, which in other countries is just like a common thing where like bosses buy their employees gifts like the day after, like Christmas.
No, I don't want a gift. I want them because they had like this whole like fucking wealth inequality shit. That's what I'm trying to fix. So I don't care about a gift.
So basically, Kev, it's like What if, in a way, it's like, what if we got like on that day, everybody got like reparations?
Yes,
On them
reparations
2
day.
days, reparations. That's it. I want reparations, but those 2 days is reparations.
I mean, I'm not mad at that either, because then reparations will work because Kwanzaa still falls after Christmas. So then you can celebrate your blackness with your reparations. So it would all work out in the end for the blacks. But
I don't know about everybody else, but that's why I didn't say reparations initially, because then everybody else wouldn't get it, and we got to worry about the whole holiday, and but for us,
to be mad. And whoever specifically said that they had to not be mad about it, actually, I guess a bunch of people would be mad about that, huh?
You already know. But
a bill like that would never get passed in this country.
No, never at all. So yeah, that's what I would think, because it's a way for people to still go and do whatever they want. Because I think eliminating the fact that everything's closed up and you're forced to kind of stay at home and do the same thing, like you now can kind of like take those 2 days to center around, say, I want to go and do whatever I want with my family or by myself, whatever it is. And you have it don't hurt your pockets. It's free, and it's coming from these multi-billionaires who ain't gonna blink at it after a while, because they gonna make it back in the day, and everybody's gonna be happy. At least in those holiday times right there, those 2 days, everybody's gonna be like, yay, boom. So yeah, that's me.
All right, so for mine, I'm really thinking about it, and it's it was something along the lines of like Families Day, or still like the idea of like everybody still gathering like they do for like Thanksgiving and stuff. Because I still feel like there needs to be a food element to it. Like it just has to be. We're not even all to get together just not be eating. Like I don't know. It needs to be like a holiday centered around like.
Well, that's what Thanksgiving is. Really, Thanksgiving is centered around the food.
Yeah, but instead of turkey, it would just be like jerk chicken or something. Like I don't know.
I mean, you can make whatever you want. You ain't gotta make. Nobody's holding a gun in here and say make turkey, nigga, and only turkey.
Bro, I just don't want it to be. I don't know if it would be Thanksgiving Part 2 Winter Edition. I don't think that's what I want though. Or it could be like. Nah, that was stupid. Forget it.
Oh shit!
Oh, whoa, bro!
Look at Bro Mally in the building.
Bro Mally swung through with a 25.
Damn!
He said,
"Wow."
Bro Mally said, I heard somebody was dropping 20 pieces in here. And I said, let me put 5 on top of that to show him what it is.
Oh my god, y'all are so dope.
He says, this man says, sorry I'm late. Here go 25 for you. Keep the change.
Santa Claus has been coming in multiple forms today.
He said, keep the change, homie. Bro, appreciate that love, Bro Mally. Appreciate that.
We definitely appreciate the love.
Presto T about to bring out the black card again real quick. Just look out for you. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm going to ignore it because I know he's going to do it, and I'm just going
to salute him. I'm going to hit that salute when it happens.
Exactly. I'm thinking something silly, something superhero related. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like instead of everything being about Santa, you know what I'm saying? It could be about a real gangster, like Wolverine's Day or something. Like
MCU Day, the Marvel.
Marvel Day.
Everybody's gonna watch a Marvel movie.
Yeah, or like everybody gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, dress up in their favorite Marvel character costume.
Well, in the wintertime, though, people will be cold as hell. Trying to dress up.
Right.
That's why.
This global warming shit, man. I saw a mosquito the other day. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So I mean, honestly, it's not even that cold.
That'd be cool though. I don't know about the wintertime, but you know.
Yeah, bro. See, I'm stuck on how holidays work in the winter because I'm from Florida where it doesn't really get cold, so I don't be knowing what's appropriate for other regions.
Thank you, Presto.
Salute. All right, look. So,
I think that's my answer, Diogo. I don't have a good one right now. They already took up all the good answers about redistributing wealth and everything. Like,
hey, that's what you got to do.
What was the superhero day last year? Was it the 21st or it was some day in December when all the black people were supposed to get their superpowers on Twitter?
Oh yeah,
I'm mad, man. I ain't get nothing. Shit, damn.
It was the 21st.
What about you, Diogo? What day would you create?
So similar to Kev, I would make it about food. And it would be like a competition, but it's like every country's involved.
Ooh, interesting.
Have you heard of the European Song Contest?
The Sun Contest?
Oh my God. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh,
Active.
That's all right.
Active.
40 subs.
40.
Damn.
40
Damn,
subs.
y'all.
Active. I can't. We ain't gonna.
It's crazy.
Just know. I know, and we know.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Diogen.
So shout out to Active.
Yes, thank y'all so much for the support. I know we keep saying it, but I want to make sure y'all feel appreciated.
Y'all look. Santa gonna leave all the goodies under y'all tree.
These niggas are Santa. What you mean?
Right. Straight up, straight from the North Pole. All right, go ahead, Diogen. Stop. Let Diogen finish.
So like Eurovision, but for food, and each country sends in like one meal or one dish that everyone will judge against, and then whichever country wins gets to pick one global event they want.
I like that.
So global event like Olympics
or the World Cup or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Ooh.
Or like if they won the NBA Finals, they get the NBA Finals.
Oh, that's dope. Or the Super Bowl or oh, that's dope. I like that idea.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I would just be confused on the judging, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. If we want to plan it all out right now, but I do like it
because there's so many different types of foods from around the world.
Somebody echoing like crazy. I think it's you. Probably you again.
How's it me?
Because it was you earlier.
I'm not even. There ain't anyone over.
Probably, it's probably Diogen.
Probably Diogen.
I have pushed this all on, so it can't be me.
Ooh,
it ain't me.
He said it's you, Granddad.
Ain't me. I ain't doing
it's
nothing.
Not, so it's all right. It was only echoing up when there for a minute. I don't hear it no more.
No, it's dope. That's all I'm gonna say. It's dope. I like that idea.
I do like that idea too. Did everybody go?
Yeah, I think so. We appreciate the question.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas and all that.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to y'all as well. Don't y'all have Father Christmas over there? You know what they call him?
Oh, what? Go on. Where you going with this?
What in that Harry Potter, bro? Look, just because Harry Potter.
Father Christmas?
Yes.
Nah, but ain't that what they call him in England? Is what they don't call him. They call him Father Christmas.
I guess. I don't know. I don't really celebrate it myself.
I mean, that's basically what they call him in like France, like the translation of what they call Santa Claus.
It's crazy when I said it then, but then you start justifying it because oh yeah, you know what I'm talking about. But when I said it though, it be your own people.
Well, we thank you, Diogen. Merry Christmas. Say
yes.
And Happy New Year, and continue being the GOAT that you are. And we appreciate you for all the support and all the love you always show us. Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. And that's going to do it for the questions. And when we come back next year, if you want to ask a question, all you got to do is hop into our pod question queue. And just like these fine individuals who ask questions, we'll get you on the show. We'll answer your questions. And you can also send us questions on our social media, on our Twitter, our Instagram, our Reddit, our TikTok. We have a TikTok now. We do not do TikTok dances or challenges, but we do have one. But yeah, so any of those mediums, if you want to send it to us, feel free, and we will answer them if it's a good question. And that is pretty much it, y'all. That's gonna do it for the final show of 2021. It's coming to a close. This year went by so fast.
It was the longest, slowest year at the same time. Like, it made no sense.
Right? Yeah. And shout out to this 990% hype train we got here. From all of these.
Crazy. I meant to say longest, shortest. I meant to say longest, shortest year. That's what it was. It was like simultaneously long as fuck and simultaneously short as fuck.
Yeah, so... And we're going to see what's in store for the DEG podcast and crew in 2022. Bars. I didn't mean to rhyme that, but it sounded good.
It comes natural, you know what I'm saying?
It comes natural all day, every day. But
You know what else comes natural for us, y'all? Winning.
Huh?
Winning comes natural. And that's what we're going to do in January. I'm going to announce in January. Like I said, we have been called out by another entity full of black people, Team Inferno. They're a black esports team. They called us out in KO City a while ago, and we got busy. But guess what? Now we got time. We got time, cuz. And now we're going to stomp that ass out top of the year in January. As of right now, the competition's on the 4th, but we might change to the 11th. We will keep y'all posted. I'm saying flyers should be dropping by the end of the week with the correct date. But be back and be ready for us to beat their ass at KO City. That should be our first episode of the year because it's gonna be on a Tuesday. So we'll come back with the KO City, and then after that we'll start back with our regularly scheduled every Tuesday programming.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So remember when we come back, it will be a gaming stream, the KO City tournament. And then after that, back to the podcast and all the lovely gaming news that you love to hear from us. And
also, I want to add, if you want to help us, I want to try to revamp our Discord, mix it up, add some more fun stuff. Go to the feedback suggestions channel. You know what I'm saying? Let me know some suggestions you got. I'm open to all of them. Some of them I'm already going to implement. They're already in the pipeline to get fixed. So yeah. If you want to help us train for the tournament, you know what I'm saying, let us know. I'll be on KLC all the time. You know what I'm saying? At me, at some of them, you know. Now I'm done. You can go ahead and talk now.
All right, y'all. And other than that, y'all, that is pretty much going to do it. We thank y'all always for showing us love and support for the years that we've been doing this and the years that we're going to continue to do this. And we'll all be back in full form. BZ will be back with us as well in 2022. And we hope y'all have a good holiday. Enjoy your holiday. Be safe. Eat good. Hope you get whatever you ask for. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Y'all got something y'all want to say before we get on up out of here?
Me. Have yourselves a merry little Christmas.
Go ahead with it.
All right. That's the most y'all gonna get out of me. Other than that, I'm a mean one, Mr. Grinch in this bitch. But no, for real, all jokes aside, thank you so much for riding with us for all this time. I feel y'all been riding with us regardless, but I always feel at the end of the year, that's when you kind of take stock and, calendars, whatever. Time is a social construct, but, since we observe calendars on Earth, we are going to take this moment to, or at least I am going to take this moment to thank y'all for riding with us. Thank you for showing up to the streams. Thank you for listening to us on whatever podcast place y'all listen to us on. Everybody who has supported DEG over the years, those of y'all that have come in and gifted subs, everybody, we appreciate y'all so much for supporting us.
Yeah, I think that was very kind of you. I can't beat her praise. So I'm just gonna say I also thank you all for the love and support you show. It's really, really special and important to us. So yeah, thanks.
Yes. All right, y'all. Well, that's gonna do it for the last episode of DEG for 2021, and we will see y'all in 2022. Nothing else left to say. So peace out, y'all.
Peace.
Happy New Year, y'all.
We gonna do it anyway. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all back in a minute.
And you ain't gonna see nobody back in a minute.
Right, we still here. We all here.
I'm about to switch mine to the blur only because for whatever reason it keeps
messing with your hair.
Trying to ghost you out. Trying to.
It's removing half of my whole.
You getting Thanos snapped over there.
Right.
She gonna be like, y'all, I don't feel so good.